The Hornets finished the season at 11-0 after a big win over the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. And now the team is waiting in front of the TV, and as you see, once again we got snubbed yet again. We are still not getting the respect we deserve despite the fact we just finished another regular season undefeated. I'm assuming the Texas Longhorns, they did beat the Texas, take that back, the Texas A&M Aggies beat the Texas Longhorns. That's what I'm assuming. But let's look into it. So as you see here, Ohio State is number 1. They're going to the title game. So yes, the Texas A&M Aggies, they beat the Texas Longhorns, and we are still right there at number 3. It is absolutely criminal that we cannot get over this hump. We continue to get disrespected, and we're going to have to do some evaluation in the future to see what can we do to get over the hump and make it to that national championship game. Unless we get a conference invite from somebody. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But nevertheless, we can play with anybody in the country. So we're going to try to make the schedule as tough as we can next season. But there's still hope. We still got conference championship week. So let's look into the Heisman watch list. And it's gotten more interesting. Ryan Thompson is still at the number 1 spot. But look who is number 2. Right behind him is Deadpool. Wade Wilson, the merchant with the arm, is finally getting the respect he deserves. People are finally starting to see it, and now we're showing on the Heisman watch list. Danny Dawson comes in at 3rd, Brandon McCaleb at 4th, Aaron Wyatt, the Michigan quarterback, comes in at number 5. Yeah, number 5. I almost said 4 and 5 at the same time. I don't know what the hell that was. Donnie Monker comes out as the SWAC Offensive Player of the Week. Jason Ford for Jackson State with 7 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a sack, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. Man, he had a career day at defensive tackle. That is a defensive tackle's dream to have games like that. Congrats to both players. In the MEAC, Hampton round out Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. You see Mark Williams, their best wide receiver, and Andy Gandy, the cornerback, who had a great game as well. 5 tackles, 3 for loss, 1 sack, a INT, a forced fumble, and a pick 6. Absolutely crazy. So this is what it looks like now. So in the SWAC, it looks like Alcorn State have won the East, and we no doubt won the West. Look at Alabama A&M. They went 5-3 in conference play. Could have potentially made it had they won a few games. Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Alabama State. You saw that game. Jackson State beat Grambling. Grambling State finished the season at 0-11. Wow, that's disappointing. Florida A&M beat Southern 31-24 to go to 8-3. Alabama A&M beat Valley, and they go to 5-6. And then Texas Southern just had their way with Prairie View A&M, 38-6. Florida beat Delaware State, not too impressive though. Hampton beat Hawaii 49-35, and then South Carolina State beat Navy 18-14. Strong finish by the MEAC. So now the regular season is over, and here goes conference championship week. We're taking on the Alcorn State Braves, them big bad Braves. And Atlanta, a 5-6 LSU was taking on number 6 Florida. Texas A&M and Iowa State for the Big 12 title. Georgia Tech and North Carolina State for the ACC title. And then finally, you have Tulane and Marshall duking it out for the Conference USA title. We really need the Iowa State Cyclones to put on a show and win that game. So here goes the rest of the conferences that have no conference championship game. Utah win the Mountain West Conference, finishing at 6-2. The Stanford Cardinal win the Pac-10, 6-2 in conference play, so they have the tiebreaker over USC. So that means they beat USC. Disappointing. Hampton win the MEAC, 6-1 on the season. In conference play, they did beat Morgan State. We did see that game. Finish at 8-3 overall. They're going to New Orleans. The WAC was won by Fresno State, 6-2 in conference play, 7-4 overall. Ohio State wins the Big Ten, and as I said earlier, they punched their ticket to South Florida for the national championship game. And finally, we have the Pitt Panthers winning the Big East title at 10-1, 6-1 in conference play. So let's take a look at who we're going to be playing in Detroit. Them big bad Braves, the Alcorn State Braves, that is. This team is known for passing. They love to pass the football. It's almost like the days of Steve McNair. This team is also not that bad on defense, but they do give up a good bit of plays. Also, they have a nice wide receiver core, but they're not too good at running the football. But they do have Joel Mon, which is the biggest success for their passing game. They do have big wide receivers. Our secondary is going to be tested all game, but I believe we are up for the challenge. There's so much at stake for us. There's a potential national championship spot still left up on the line. Again, we need the Iowa State Cyclones to beat the Texas A&M Aggies in Houston for the Big 12 championship in order for us to have a chance. If not, we're going to have to settle for another BCS game. Where we're going, I have absolutely no idea at all. We need Iowa State to win, man. If they don't, it's not going to look good for us. So as you see, this wide receiver core, they are fast. They can run routes. The defense can make plays when necessary, even though Alcorn State is mad inconsistent. But be ready. We're going up to Detroit, Michigan, next week for Conference Championship week. We're going to be covering all the other Conference Championship games as well. And I still can't believe that the SEC West must have been really bad this season. LSU got into the Conference Championship game at 5-6. 5-6. If they win, they could go to a BCS game on a 6-6 record. That is crazy to me, man. But I can't wait, dog. I can't wait to see what happens down in Houston. We really need Iowa State to win that game. Join us next time. Conference Championship week is up next. Peace.